Hello everybody, I'm gonna do a really short spring tour on Lugar de Terra. And actually it's not a spring tour anymore because this is already June. Now we did move our tunnel a little bit because we had all these canes growing in. And we have here some corn, really looking beautiful with some beans in between. Soon we will do some cutting of the weeds. And so we use that space now for an annual crop, so we can maintain the reeds growing into so they don't grow into the tunnel. So on the edge we have here some levisticum, and we're growing carrots over there. We're having here some mixed salad greens, kale and dill even, and lots of grasses and weeds which are being used but soon will also be removed. And then will be turmeric germinating from the base. They're already deep in the ground and they will come along after the chard goes out. So those are nice companions, I always believe. We have ginger also in the ground where the carrots are. But this video actually is really about what I wanted to show you out there, the forest. Anybody that has been following the earlier videos of the past years must be amazed by the evolution. Some little gardens from the kids, but here the alder trees, the Italian alder, and I don't know which country this alder is from, but it's the Alnus glutinosa. And then we have this beautiful food forest. Look at those elderflowers, huge. We have got a mixture of trees here. There's a peach tree, avocado tree and a fig. And they're really nicely dense if you look at the stems, how all this is together. There's citrus here and there's avocado, all coming from seed. This poplar tree has been pruned in November. Didn't come back that fast, I think pruned it a little bit too early. But others further on are shooting out crazily fast. An avocado tree. You're walking at the base of a 7-year-old loquat tree, nespera in Portuguese. And yeah, I'm gonna, not showing the washing line, but I'm gonna show you the peaches that are on this one. This one also was by seed. Now there is amazing amounts of green here. While we walk along, I'll show you this little water feature. It's a little glimpse of how our organic pools are going to work and how they are working when we build them for our clients. This is a mini organic swimming pool basically, because these tanks are connected. Really nice clean water, as you can see. And they're constantly pumping with a little air pump, 45 watts air pump. Look at all the taro here. Beautiful edible plants in a sand filter. And this is the agroforestry system I wanted to show. And it looks crazily dense. It really is at the point where I need to intervene. So the annual production is now really interesting because we love the yakun. You can see here yakun, Peruvian ground apple. We have harvested loads of peas already. They are going out of the system soon. We will put something else on the edge of the yakun. Right there. Now here we have taro with corn and beans, and they're coming along really nicely. Now what's interesting is here we did a line in the spring, early spring, which basically looks like that one in 3 years. So this one is about 3 years old, a little longer, 3 years and a few months. And then this is planted like, well, 3 months ago. And these systems, the same as here, in 3 years will look like that, at least on this side. Might differ on different sides, but this place is beautiful. The trees are loaded with apples, and on the other side there's more apples, and there's beautiful poplars, giant garlic, hazel, oak, willow, manuka, and then there's here another prunus, and now, yeah, these apples are all in between, which is so funny about them. This is really funny. It's loaded with apples, and oaks and poplars. So quite amazing. And we literally are here in a forest having shade, and this is a very rewarding feeling after quite some work in the beginning, but now the work is relative. We really don't have to do so much for these systems anymore. So this is a guava family, RSI, and these tree lines are loaded with all kind of potential food crops. See peach over there and over there as well. Lots of Vaijoa on the base. So Vaijoa is going to be needing some light, I think. I assume that, for example, if you look at this willow can be chopped, and then the Vaijoa gets a bit more light. You can see even those oaks. Some of the oaks, this row is full of oaks. Some of the oaks at this point of the year get a little mildew on the leaf. And then there is here Eugenia. But there's also really healthy looking oak in between. Well, at least the ones that are getting taller. It's just a moment of the year that they at a certain point start showing a little bit of and then here is the pomegranate, again with an oak around. It's super dense. It's too dense at this point. But this is actually where I would like the system to become, where all systems want to be. Like they are so dense that I have to intervene, and the intervention then is a very pleasant job to do, because you can basically literally interact with the food forest, help it to perform better, and using all that organic matter. And yeah, look at the stems of these trees. Last row in this system here, a lot of catalpa, willow, casuarina, and mulberry, tall one, and a lot of understory grasses which should be removed or mowed. But there's also coming turmeric and some freishu. Over here there's physalis, there is blackberry, spinous blackberry, but lots of grass, so there's a bit more light coming in than I want there to be. This is another line which was planted since last fall, and now you can see already lots of seedlings. There's coming anona, there's coming curcuma, and turmeric is that, and yeah, some apples, some mispera, lots of things by seed, also by seed. So that's quite a strong growth from a plant that went by seed. last fall. It's half a year. System can need some help, you can see, but we will soon work with mulches on the edges and give it a boost. But this is a pleasant place to be in. Now I don't think I will walk all the way up to the next forest, but there's another part of this video that I will connect to it. Or maybe I can actually get there. Because I'm working on another line here, which is now open, as you can see. There's lots of potential. You see this line, it's very open, very recent, and it's also on a very complicated spot. So it's interesting to also farm these places to get a bit of a reference from this seems quite lush and happy to this where it looks at once very dry and difficult. So the thing is that the edge of obviously creates this drier exposed place that can easily evaporate, and the soil's not that good. Over time it just gets too hard. Now we do irrigate, so there's a little irrigation line that helps, and I recently also gave it a bit more power by taking other tubes away from that. Now what happens here is we basically get lots of these reeds you can see in here. So they are part of the management. There's topinambu, there's peppers, and there's elderberry, and there's Lucy Lima over here. There's raspberry, there is mamona, and there's lavender, and there's more elderberry and more topinambu and poplar and banana. So all these things are a bit repetitive in the line, but not everything is really performing at its best. So I think soon though this will get a boost because we have more irrigation. And then we did something else. Everywhere you see the peppers, we added quite a nice amount of compost. So we made this deep hole with a ground drill, and even in this clay soil my battery ground drill goes pretty good, and I get about a meter deep hole, which I fill then with the compost and the soil itself. And the drip irrigation above that will get the pumpkin seeds and the corn that I put it in there and the beans a really nice way to go down. So I also added turmeric, if I'm not mistaken, and other seeds. Really quite an abundant, even tree seeds. Annona, here's an annona tree also starting up. Put it annona seeds and loquat seeds. So that's this is the system from above. So you can see a little bit more of a pattern. So beautiful north to south facing, all these lines, and there's about 6 meters in between them, and then 3 meters between the new tree lines. So a 3 meter interval leaves me space for annual production in the middle. In this case the taro and the yacon, but this can be as well leeks or lettuce or any general annual crop. We're just passing by the water system here. Very simple system. Every group has this little battery guided timer, so we don't have to water everything by hand. Here we get some leaf production for our salad mixes, some strawberries, some banana bulbs. But this system here, this is the one. I didn't prune it, and it's amazingly abundant. So look at the potential of this annona tree, chirimoya, I also think the name, and lots of flowers on them. Last year it fruited well, but this year it looks he's going to fruit more, although as you can see, not pruning has consequences. This might be too much shade, so We need to open it up a bit and get this place into the light. Apples, pomegranates, figs, more apple, mulberries, poplar, fig, more annona. This system is about 4 years old. Well, that's it. Got a lot of chopping to do. This all goes soon, and feeding the trees. Need to do some cleanup, but that's a really nice job. And then I can still use something here in the middle to produce something. An annual crop, but it looks like we get so much shade, so I have to make decisions. Or I go for something like shady, like something that handles shades a bit more, like asparagus or rhubarb, or maybe artichoke. You get tall. Let's see. Or I just go for taro, which also likes the shade a little bit. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This is our little wetland. Hopefully soon we'll change into an organic pool. It already is, but I wouldn't swim in it. The frogs do though. Lots of aquatic plants, but no liner, so that means the water retreats in the summer and comes back in the winter. But yeah, a lovely sight how this all developed in about 3 years, from that to the food forest. Cheers people, bye bye.